Why you got me so obsessed with you? Why you got me wasting time laying next to you? Why do you tell me come over to?
Alright folks, today I'm going to be talking about my industrial piercing. So this is kind of like a 1-year update plus Q&A. So if you've been on my channel for a while, you might have seen my industrial piercing video where I vlogged the experience and I vlogged getting it. If you haven't seen that video, I have an industrial piercing. I got it 1 year ago. It's been requested for me to do a 1-year update. I asked you guys to ask me some questions. I'm also just going to answer some frequently asked questions. So I'm going to start with a few questions that you guys asked. So we're going to start with the first question I got, which is, what is an industrial piercing? The industrial piercing is actually 2 piercings, your anti-helix or helix and your helix piercing, connected by a bar. How much did it cost? The price varies from piercing place to piercing place. I've heard some people have paid like $50. I've heard some people have paid $150. It all depends on where you go. Mine costed, I think, $90. That was the piercing, the jewelry. So it all depends where you go on how much your piercing is gonna cost, but mine was, I think it was $90. If you could do it again, would you? Yes, I would 100% do it again. This is also something that varies from person to person because some people have a super amazing experience and some people have a really horrible experience. I would say my experience was pretty good. I didn't really run into any big issues. What made you decide to get an industrial piercing? I saw a picture on Pinterest and I think it also looks pretty badass. So, yes. How many different bars are there? There's a lot. I currently have one and it's the one I'm wearing. I do plan on getting a different bar. I don't know when. There are regular silver bars like this. There are colorful bars. There are black bars. There are bars with little jewels and sparkles on them. There are bars that are like shaped as arrows. There's really long bars and there's really short bars. Now I'm going to do some frequently asked questions. Did it hurt? Yes, it did hurt. How much did it hurt? That all depends on the person. It all depends on your pain tolerance. I was extremely nervous to get it, but for me personally, it was probably a 3 on 10. It wasn't bad at all. It just felt like a hard pinch and that was it. So for me, it was like a 3 on 10. It was not bad at all. How long did it take to heal? Typically, it's said that they take like 6 months to a year. It also depends on where you go as to what they'll tell you. I've heard some people say it takes 3 months. I've heard some people say it takes a year. My piercing lady told me that I should give it a year just to be safe. So for me, it completely healed. I would probably say at 9 months, but she said to give it a year, so I gave it a year. When are you able to change your bar out? It's recommended that you wait until it's completely healed so you don't make it angry or get it infected or anything. Based on how long you're told to wait and based on how long they tell you to let it heal, that has to do kind of with how long you have to wait before you can change it out. So I have seen many different ways to help it heal. I have seen and read that some people use tea tree oil to get rid of little bumps that you can get sometimes, which I did get those. I got them on the bottom piercing on the outside and the top piercing on both the inside and outside. So almost every opening of each piercing had little bumps on them, and I'll insert like a picture in case you don't know what I'm talking about. They're very common. So what I did to get rid of those was I put hydrogen peroxide on a Q-tip and applied it to the bumps twice a day. They were gone within like a week. That was it. That's all it took. It wasn't anything special or anything. It was just hydrogen peroxide on a Q-tip. So I've read that some people will use tea tree oil. I've also read that's bad for it. It all depends what your piercer says. To help it heal, I had to soak it in warm salt water twice a day for the first, I would say 6 months. That's what I did. And then I went back. They told me I could stop that and just clean it when I think it was necessary and use the hydrogen peroxide when I thought it was necessary. So it was a lot of just like, use your own judgment. I have not taken the bar out yet. I technically can, but I'm kind of scared to. I don't know. Overall, my industrial piercing experience has been pretty good.
Wow, totally love how the camera is out of focus.
I still really like it. I have absolutely no regrets about getting it, and I would do it again. If you have any questions that I didn't answer, please leave them in the comments. I see every single comment I get, and I always try my best to answer them, and I will answer your questions, so leave them down below. I think that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. That's all, folks.
Why do I feel this way? Why you got me so obsessed with you? Why you got me wasting time laying next to you? Why do you tell me come over to watch you? Just stare at your phone, don't know why I expected